But y'all can hear me. After I beat Tank, I'm fighting the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman. There you go. I'm not gonna say it again. Y'all can clip it. Y'all can do whatever. That's what I'm doing. You heard it here first. All right, W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W Roach. W Roach. W Roach. Grave biggest forever. At 47. Yes, at 47.
Best in the business.
Ego. The ego.
That's ego.
Ego hit y'all with another one.
Yeah, Lamont Roach is doing a lot of talking, people. And Ego Thoughts will break it down. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Lamont Roach, him being on his draw fake victory lap, even though he didn't get a victory versus Tank Davis, and the whole 9 yards. Like, I don't have an issue with any boxer in the game, but I am a man with an opinion. I am a YouTuber, and I stand on what I said. I think Lamont Roach, a lot of people count him out. I've given him credit over the years. Notice I said over the years, not like the Tank Davis fight, right? Where now you have newfound fans suddenly, and they love Lamont Roach. Those people are not real. And if he loses in the rematch, you will see them dissipate and move on to Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis or whoever. They are fake. They are Tank haters. It reminds me of prime Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God, to this day, right? It reminds me of to this day, the Alabama Slammer himself, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, because Deontay Wilder got the same type of hate. You had people, they weren't fans of Fury. Because here's the thing. If you really love Tyson Fury, that's all they want, Tyson Fury. If you really liked all that, then you would have watched him after he beat Wilder in the second and third fight, right? You would have been hyped for the Dillian White and Derek Chisora 3 fight if that was really your favorite fighter. But we know oftentimes it's black fighters, black American fighters to be more specific. They have a lot of the race fans, old media, the resistance, everything I've talked about over the years. They want to hate on these prime black fighters to the point where they leech themselves on. And sometimes it is to a black fighter, but the black fighter is a Lamont Roach, who is the antithesis of the guy that they're targeting, but it's all fake. They do not really rock with these other brand X fighters, but then they are symbiotic in nature, where they leech themselves onto a host, and then just like in those body snatcher movies or The Faculty, once the host is dead, the parasite will leave and try to find a new body to take over, right? That's how that works. That's how these fans act, right? You don't like Lamont Roach, and I'm not saying nobody, but in general. Now, about Lamont Roach, for me, Lamont Roach he's kind of tripping. He's on a draw tour and he's trying to poke fun at it and make it like he's embracing it. It looks weird, bro. Bottom line, it looks weird. I've never seen someone so hyped up and happy for a draw. And I remember in some of my acting classes, right? I had an acting coach, teacher, and his name was George. He would say stuff like, nobody cares, never let them see you sweat. If you're sick and you have an audition, don't give this like big long spiel about how you're sick and you don't have your full voice. Nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to hear that. And never let them see you sweat, but also act like you've been here before, right? If you go to a 5-star restaurant, like a nice Michelin star place or a nice hotel or whatever, act like you've been here before. Don't act like brand new, because then you're going to stick out, not in a good way. And you could tell, in my opinion, that Lamont Roach has never seen this type of attention throughout his whole career. So he's trying to maximize it. Now, I'm not opposed to trying to, if you feel you're on a hot streak, to maximize it, but some of the ways he's going about it is a bit weird to me. To each his own. If he wants to do it, keep doing it. But I don't think it's gaining new fans. Like he just, his whole body of work now becomes being attached to Gervonta Davis as the guy that gave a good fight, and he feels he was robbed and hair grease and the knee, and that's not, for me, that's not good enough. Like I want victory. I don't want like, oh, almost. It's like the movie Apocalypto when he was like, almost, right? I don't want almost. I want the real deal. So Lamont Roach is doing a bit like he's talking about, I want to fight at 147, the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman. And a lot of y'all look stupid because you were saying Tank's a weight bully. And I told you from the jump, because I'm usually right, the best in the business, and it's not even close. I'm like, how is Tank a weight bully when Lamont Roach, despite him fighting in a lighter weight class, he's physically bigger than Tank Davis? And then you see it. You look at the pictures, you look at the face off, you look at everything. He's literally bigger. So I don't know how he was making 130, but now you're talking about closing his career at 47-54. So it's all cap. Everybody does, everything they do is like cap on Tank's name, and it's crazy. And then Lamont Roach, he talking about watch me on Twitch and stuff. He has like this moment of fame, and it's all dependent on the rematch with Tank. We'll just leave it like that. And I think he's gonna learn that, especially if he loses. So he better win the fight, like he's saying. But as far as him saying, I'm fighting the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman and this and that and Shakur, like, you got Tank in front of you. How do you know that you absolutely beat him? Things happen. Tevin Farmer was very confident that he would defeat Floyd Schofield. He's like, this kid, I was doing this as a champion. He was in Pampers. Like the boy Hove said, disrespecting the gang, no home training the madness. I was doing this when you was in your Pampers. I was moving them grands for you knew where the hand was, ducking the vans, radars, and scanners. I was on the Peter Pan bus. You was putting Peter Pan up in your room. Y'all ucking with whom? Allow me to retort. You cowards is just now learning the that we taught. Bars. Shout out to Hove, Jay-Z. So yeah, Tevin Farmer was doing all that and he got knocked out in the first round. So nothing is given in this boxing game. Things sometimes don't go how you expect. So I'd prefer Lamont Roach to just do what he's doing, train, and, you know, keep it that. But, you know, he's trying to ride the wave and milk it. But we've seen this before. We've seen like the Tony Harrison where he beat Charlo and he like riding off that, or Jeff Horn, he trying to ride off it, and then Crawford come in and crush Jeff Horn up. So for me, we'll see. I think the rematch is going to be a definite must-watch scenario because it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But from what I'm seeing, Lamont Roach is doing a bit much. When it comes to this boxing, man, I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the curve in the topic of boxing, boxing news, fights, the fight game. I break it down daily, so you're never out of the loop. Also, if you want to up your stream game, use my link in the affiliate link in the description to get StreamYard. StreamYard is all that. And if you're trying to grow YouTube, use TubeBuddy or vidIQ. The link will be in the description. I also have a link tree. Let me know what you guys think. Lamont Roach and his shenanigans trying to ride the wave of a draw.